So yes, welcome everyone. Is the second last workshop. And yes, it was an amazing journey that we had so far. We learned so much in this week full of art and workshops. I hope everyone enjoyed. Today we're gonna learn something new. It is about mixed media in art. So it's a new technique that artists use. Is actually a mix of different art techniques combined together to have a nice, to make a nice painting, yeah, by adding different materials. Now, for today's workshop, the title is Mixed Media Demonstration for Sculpting with artist Jita D. So, just before we start, I'm gonna read from the website exactly the materials that we need, but then the artist is gonna tell us exactly if we need something extra. Right, so we need a canvas. I assume, guys, if you don't have a canvas, probably a thick card or a card paper should be okay. Air drying clay. Some of you probably might have received from the boxes I've sent. Or you can use instead the Play-Doh. You can make your own dough. While we are talking now, while you do the introduction, I have put the recipe on top of the chat box. So you can do salt dough, 1 cup flour, half cup salt, and half cup water. Just try to make it until it's quite solid. If it's too runny, add more flour and salt. Okay, we need A4 paper, a little bit thicker to look like a card paper. We need sculpting tools, so probably some sticks that you can create the designs, painting brushes, PVA glue, paints. Now the artist is gonna demonstrate us how to use gold and silver leaf. However, if you don't have these ones, I think we'll ask Jita what else we can use to substitute, yeah? I think scissors is mentioned here, working place, something you can work, it might get a little bit messy, so something, a surface to work on, like a craft mat, yes. So I think this is all, everyone, guys, the rules from the previous workshops. Just keep yourself on mute, ask us questions on chat box, or unmute yourself, or raise your hands. Email us your works, email us your questions. You're gonna receive an email about feedback. We are gonna wait for your feedback as well if you enjoyed. Give us ideas what other workshops would you like, so next year we can organize something similar. And yes, I hope everyone is gonna have fun. And yes, Jita, over to you.
Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Aparajita, but you can call me Jita. I am a self-taught artist, and I mostly work with mixed media. Means you not only just paint and different colors, but how you can mix something else to make your painting a little bit different. So yeah, so it's I don't know, many of you guys have done like sculpting before. Sculpting, in a sense, in a larger scale, it's completely different. Like, they use all sorts of material, but for today, the sculpting material I'll be using is called air dry clay, which is readily available, relatively cheap, and it's really like malleable. Means like, you don't need fancy tools, or you don't need like industrial anything. You just can like mold it with your hand and create beautiful shapes, So what I think that, that I do little painting. So I'll show you guys, like I did this painting of kind of like a underwater scene, if you might think of it. It's kind of a, like, you know, those corals, those beautiful corals you see underwater. And I could have just drawn some fish here, like, you know, like those tropical, beautiful, colorful fishes. So, but I thought, okay, can I just, you know, add a little bit of details, you know, using mixed media, using the air dry clay. So I created a little bit of these fishes, you know, out of, believe me or not, out of modeling clay, and then coloring on it. I'll show you in details. Just, this is like a you know, a talk before I start, that, you know, guys, that where you stand. And like, this is one color that is, I'll show you all in a different, you know, in a different view. So this is another one. And how can I kind of like use these to make my painting more stand out, you know? So that is the idea, is all about mixed media. There are different techniques. There are lots of different techniques, but this is one of them. You do a scene as you paint with your medium, whatever medium you work with, like acrylic. You can do acrylic, you can do oil, you can do watercolor, and then when you're adding the details, why not use these? You know, little sculpture. So that is the whole idea about, and it has like huge, like, you know, many ways you can use it as you like. You can create these little things and you can use it to decorate your, say, a diary cover, you know. So it just to give you an idea on how to do it. So that is all about. So let's just dive in then. There you go. What I'll be doing, I'll be switching my camera to my worktop, and then I will be starting. And in between, if you have any question, just ask Mari or me. That, you know, I'll be handling that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
No
there
worries.
we go. There we go. And for just for a moment. It will be my ceiling and then my worktop. There we go. Okay, so what I was talking about. I drawn few scenes, like these scenes, as you see, is kind of like those underwater, like corals, or the underwater, you know, those little plants, you know, and some fishes, literally from the scratch, you know. So, and then what I did on a canvas or a canvas paper, this is a canvas paper, I drawn those scenes, you know, like this is kind of like a coral, and that should be another one. That's a different one. That's a different type of coral. There we go. And there is another one. So you can draw these separately, and the one thing is missing. These, I mean, where are the fishes? You know, the coral fishes. So rather than just drawing it, what I'll be doing, I'll be creating these using the modeling clay, and I'll be coloring these. And rather than just, you know, drawing it out of paint, I'll be drawing this, and I'll be doing this, and I'll be adding it accordingly as your taste. Like, you know, there could be one, could be another, could be one big, one small. And can you tell the difference that, you know, it's kind of like, you know, your fish is kind of like coming out. So that is the idea about. There we go. So I'll be holding this, and I'll be starting right from here, drawing the fishes, right? There we go.
So Jita will start with drawing fish, yeah?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So this is like a, you know, you have your like art book or your sketchbook wherever you practice. So I just took a paper out of it, and before I start, so as I said, this is my template. I have to put the fish. So I wouldn't do like, yeah, I can do a big one, but I think this size is okay. And it goes nicely with the whole scene of it. As you can see, like, you know, yeah, if I do that big, that wouldn't look nice. But if I do little fishes like these, that probably look good. So I'll be drawing for this canvas, or for this landscape painting, I'll be creating this small size. But if you think, you know, you are doing for a large canvas, or even if you are doing something like, you know, like very small, and your fish is the only, you want to project your fish as a subject, not the, you know, the background, then obviously you can create like a big one. So yeah, so there we go. I'll be leaving this little bit here, and I will be drawing exactly these two fishes, which are sized according to my painting. There we go.
So Jita, roughly, in, let's say,
Yeah.
some rough measurement of the fish.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So thing is that my my canvas size is about 11-inch, or you can say 30, not 30, roughly 30 centimeter by, okay, I'm quite used to it, inch, 24 centimeter. So 30 by 24 centimeter, which is the whole scene. And these fishes, these little fishes are not more than, they are like 5 centimeter long, and about, it depends on the design, about like, it's roughly about 3 centimeter, 2.5. This one, but this one, let's see how much, I mean, how wide this one. This one is again like about like 5.5, nearly 5 centimeter. And this one in this side, like how wide is 3 centimeters. So roughly about like 5 by 3 for a 28 by 24 canvas. And that's also depends, like, you know, if you want to blend this according to your scene. Again, if you are doing like, you know, your fish, only the fish as a subject, or like an abstract one, like you want to like do something very abstract, your background doesn't matter, then obviously you will rescale it, like, you know, that is your subject, so you want more details on these on your sculpting pieces rather than the scenery. But for today, what I'm doing is just like, you know, it's kind of like a blending, so I have to stick with the size. Yeah, so they are about like, you know, 5 by 3, 5 centimeter here, 5 centimeter here, and about 3, this one, and this one is about 2.5, nearly 3. I mean, if you count the fins.
How many fish should they eat?
Today I'll be doing 2, like one will be definite this one, and one will be either this one or this one. Let's see. But I'll be doing 2. And one will be like, you know, for like a cool, like a little cool color, and one will be like a little warm color. That your gold should go with the, you know, as I personally feel like, you know, the gold gilding or the gold leaves, they go really nice with, you know, the very warm colors like orange, or say like, you know, those cadmium yellow. These goes well with that. And I'm choosing like blue. There are 2 shades of blue, and cerulean, and probably what is this called? this is cobalt blue. So these two, mainly cerulean, this very light blue or sky blue. I think, you know, the silver goes very nicely with it. So I'll be doing these two. Oh, here we go. We'll be starting just, you know, so that is part of like a visualizing what's you want, like what you are going to do. And let's do the drawing today. There we go. First, this kind of like this swirly blue one. And then there we go. Give me a little tail. It's the main thing is how much detail it has on its skin, really. That's intriguing. If you see some pictures, if you ask, you know, if you are a child, ask your, you know, parents or responsible adult to download you a few like free pictures from the internet that, you know, these warm water or coral reef fishes, then you will see these so many beautiful names and colors, and it just I mean, and you can imagine, you know, as well. So yeah, so a little bit there. It's the main thing is about the beautiful pattern, you know, and how you will be creating these. And you can use this like later on for, you know, for different purposes as well. So you should ideally draw these scene and everything in your sketchbook. If you maintain a sketchbook or like your drawing book, you know, you can keep them there to come back to it whenever you want. What I do, I always draw these in my scrapbook and just visualizing and then color it. And then if I need this template, I'll be coming back to it and I'll trace it. And then I'll be using little like card paper to cut the template out of it. But I always keep the original as it is. There we go. And let's do the coloring. If you have color pencils, you can use color pencils. I'm using these like fine liner. You know, if you have fine liner, use your fine liner. It's absolutely fine. So what I'll be doing, I'll be leaving these, I'll be just coloring these gaps first. I think I need a little lighter blue. So I'll be using this blue. Everybody can see though, yeah? Or if you need to change the angle, I'll change the angle there. Yeah, as you can see,
yes,
you know, there are two, yeah, you can use Sharpie. Obviously you can. Anything to visualize, like, you know, how your final outcome will be like. I'm doing this because, you know, I'm just visualizing that when I'll be actually painting on the sculpted one, how it's gonna look like. So that's the idea. That's why I'm doing it on paper. So yeah, you can use Sharpie. Because it's really small, so you need something a little pointed. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, you can, I would say, you can use, like, you know, crayons. If they are pointy, you can use them. You know, it depends how you visualize, really. I like the, you know, doing it little in a detail. So I'll be doing exactly how you know, how the final outcome will be. So yeah, so you just go with these and use again, like, to give it a shade, just again use little deeper. So this is one little lighter, and you can see this is little deeper. So I'm just switching in between to look it like more intriguing, look it more nice, you know, like, so yeah. And I'll be doing this.
I must say, Jita, your light is very good and the image is so clear. We
Okay.
really struggle in some previous workshops with the light, and in some of them we couldn't see the drawing. Yeah, I need to ask you, what are you using for your
Yeah,
camera?
it's a phone. I mean, it's a Google Pixel. I think 3. It's like 2 years old, and yeah, that's why, you know, it's brilliant. Like, you know, it does amazing photography. And I thought, you know, and I have relatives, like, you know, abroad, and we talk, like, you know, in video call, and it's amazing, honestly. So I thought, why not this one, you know? Um, yeah, that is. Okay, now this is like a gel pen, and it's silver. Yeah, it's silver gel. So because I wanted silver there, so what I'll be doing on these lines, or I'll be calling them ditch, like, you know, because when I'll be carving literally ditches. So here, these silver lines goes, like, there we go. So here I'll be putting those silver foils. There we go. So I hope the outcome will be like this. I really hope. There we go. And if you have a, like, you know, silver painting, you can paint it. But with the pen, it's because I'm just visualizing, so it's just easy to, like, quickly, roughly draw things. And I'll be using some here. And yeah, how the tail looks like. Probably little glitters in there. I mean the silver leaf in there. Let's just finish this one. And I think I'll be switching this. There we go. Take your time, like, you know, because if you have a clear, like, visualizing process, then your rest of the steps will be really easy. There we go. I'll be doing little dots here, so probably a little darker. There we go. So I'll give it a little hue here. There we go. Let's see how it comes out. And the other one, so I was just impersonating this one, and the other one is this one. Let's see. It's again, it's very simple. Let's just do it in this way that we can all see there. There you go. It's the same kind of shape. It just the patterns on its scales are really, really different. So, and that's what we are creating for different color schemes, for different corals. It's gonna be different. There we go. It has a kind of like a tail there. Oh, the fin, sorry, that's the tail. And a little bit here. Let's see. It's here. And it has like a really big eye. So I'll do the big eye here. And
sorry, do you mind just the camera a little bit? Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, because you couldn't see. Sorry.
Brilliant. Thank you.
There we go. And okay, so what I'll do, I'll move a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Believe me, the quality of your image is outstanding. So you can put the camera probably as high as possible.
It's really good. And a little ditch here. And I won't be doing that much details. So my idea will be, I'll be putting the gold leaf here. So just do gold. Like, again, this is a gel pen. It's a very ordinary gel gold pen. Like, so yeah, just cover this because you will be covering this bit with gold leaf. So just color this gold. Yeah, there we go. And then what I will do, I'll be doing a little bit of like little dots, like say you want a design on your sculpture. So very simple design. So I'll be doing little dots. Yeah, I'll show you. I'd rather take it here. Yeah, and there you go. So it's just little dots, you know, but there you go, little dots there. And the color, it will be like bright yellow. Again, this is a fine liner, so bright yellow and bright orange, just like this one, as you can see. But I'm leaving this because that is just too much. So let's see, I'll be doing, again, just really, really nice bright yellow. Leave the eyes and these bits, and just go over it a little bit. I'll come back to the tail, and then towards the bottom, what I'll do, it's orange. So a little bright orange. you can do it in painting, like, you know, if you have watercolor or if you have anything like you prefer. Again and again, I'm saying that, you know, it's just for visualizing, because you want absolute, you know, if you start before, I mean, before you know that, you know, what you actually doing. So because air dry clay, what happens, it or anything, you know, those kind of sculpting materials, they get dried very quickly. So if you have these handy, you know, so it just, you know, help you massively later. So yeah, so, and the tail is like, I like to do it in this way, one here, and then probably a little line there. There you go. And again, this is kind of like aqua blue color. A little color there. And again, a little bit of orange here. There we go. So these two are kind of ready. So what I'll do next, you can keep this in your sketchbook, get a tracing paper and trace this one into something like, you know, not that valuable, but little thick paper, and trace this one because you want template. And why I want a template, again, that's why I was saying that, you know, air dry clay, before you do these intricate details, they get dried up very quickly. So that's why you needed these kind of like, you know, shapes, like literally cut off, you know, like these. I just traced it and used like a little bit of thick paper. It could be cardboard, it could be anything, you know, just to get your templates handy. So I'll show you why. Okay, so I designed these two and my templates are ready here. And you can, if you think, you can literally just cut these, you know, throughout the sides and just, you know, take this as a template. But I'll recommend, like, you know, because you colored it, and keep it in your sketchbook and, you know, just make a replica or make a copy of it in a little thicker paper and cut them out. Literally, see, like side by side, just cut them out. I draw on both sides because sometimes I need like, you know, this type of fish, or sometimes I need on this way. So yeah. So these will be your templates, and these will be really handy when you are doing the sculpting. So let's do that.
So yeah, I think if everyone is okay, I think the best would be to cut the shapes.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I think just to cut, and if they want to keep the colored ones.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you know, like I really like to keep those, like, you know, I don't want to, because you literally will be putting this on top of your clay. So it might, you know, like, you know, the clay will get onto it and you don't want to keep that. So it's best to just to trace them, or like, you know, copy them and, you know, just cut like edge to edge, and that's it, you know. So that is the idea. So there we go. So my two templates are ready here. The next thing is what I want is a air dry clay. Or if you have like clay-like material, like, you know, Play-Doh, you are very well to practice on it. And if you have homemade dough, you know, you can practice in there, and then, you know, you still will get a like good piece of sculpture. So I'll be using this. That's the air dry clay. So what I did with the air dry clay, what happens, oh yeah, and before you handle the air dry clay, literally put some type of oil on your fingers. Trust me, that's absolute necessary. Like, you know, this little kind of like oiling your finger, or like cream, I wouldn't say cream, like little light oil. I'm using like a massage oil, or you can use like baby oil on your fingers. Then these clay won't stick it in your hand that much, you know. It's really easy to clean because it will be a long process. There we go. So get your clay, and you need somewhere like, you know, really flat. If you have like a cardboard, or you have like, you know, placemat, you can very well use those things. So that's my clay here, and I need something flat here. There we go. And for those two, I roughly need literally this bit. You know, I don't even need that much, because it will be, I'll show you one of the example. It will be really, really thin. Can you see it? Like, you know, how thin it is. If I put this on a line, you can see how thin it is. You know, it's really thin. So you don't need much. You just need a little bit for this project. Okay, there we go. So I'll be literally rolling it. So that is my dough. I hope that will cover those two. I'll keep these. Oh yeah, another good tip. When you're storing your, say you are, like I started with these two, but I think this is excess. Always place them in an airtight, you know. I'm literally using like a masala, you know, it comes with a, it's a masala kind of pack, and which has a reusable pack, so resealable. So I'm resealing it, you know. What happens, you know, it keep it moist. It doesn't get like, you know, that sticky and or dry very quickly. There we go. So I'll keep that there. And then what I will do, I'll be using a little bit of more oil that it doesn't get stick. Baby oil is absolutely fine. There we go. And now the rolling process. Well, there are a couple of things you can do with rolling. You can use rolling pin. You are very welcome to do that. But with when you are doing very fine details, you need something like very, very, you know, clean and even surface. So I tried with rolling pin. They're available, you know, in the kitchen aisle, any supermarket. But what happens, you know, if they're wooden, they leaves a mark on here on your clay, and I don't want that. So I tried this one. It's like a you know, silicone dowel, but it's really so thin, and it's really like so small I couldn't work with. So I came up with a solution of like a really nice bottle. It's probably a cordial bottle, and its surface, it's seamless, and I can see when I'm rolling. You can see that, you know, when I'm rolling, I can literally see what I'm doing, you know. So that's the idea about. And if I can show you that, look at that, you know, there is absolutely no marks on it, you know, and that's what I want, because I will be creating these marks. There we go. So yeah, so you just keep rolling. If you're a beginner, then I would say you don't have to stress yourself like rolling like really thin. Just give it a try, and when you master it, you will be, you know, you can literally create very, very thin. So there we go. I'll keep going a little bit. So it's about, I would say, like a centimeter thick, probably. Let me see. It's like literally like rolling, you know, rolling a dough. There we go. Yep. Oh, I don't want this side because I don't want any like marks or anything. I need like really flat and thin, and there is no mark. There we go. And keep it safe. Remember the glass, you know, I don't keep it on my worktop. I always put them down. So there we go. So everybody can see now. See, there is absolutely, this is like absolutely, you know, no marks or anything. There we go. So what I will do now, I'll be grabbing this tool, which is really pointed and sharp, you know, this side. So really, there we go. So I'll put this one here. You can literally cut it here, but you see why I need a template. You know, it's easy just to put these templates down and cut it, you know, and then concentrate on the detailing. So yeah, that was the idea. Anyway, there we go. So I literally, what I'm doing, I'm just putting it there, and then on the edge, I'm just cutting it there.
What else can participants use instead of the sculpting tool?
You can like what can I say? Like, you know, if you have cake decoration, if someone does like cake decoration, those like, you know, those tools like sugar craft or anything, they can use that. You literally need something very sharp, you know.
A toothpick?
Sharp.
A toothpick?
Very clever. Yes.
Yes, toothpick will do. A toothpick will do, honestly, you know. You just need to like cut the shape out of it. So yeah, whatever you feel comfortable with, you know. There we go. So that is one. And then the second one is, I'll be doing in this way again. Just put it in there. And then just roughly, just by the side to stick to your size and the stick to the original shape. That was the idea, really, you know. If you're a beginner, I mean, if you're doing this on first time, I would say you just play with it. You know, you don't have to go through all these step-by-step process. You just go, you know, you just roll it and see how you feel it, and you create your own shape. You always don't need like a template. But for this demonstration, I'm using it. And then just take these little bits off, just cut them here and there. And without disturbing the main one, I will be taking these off. There we go. And I'll be storing these again on a resealable pack to keep its like, you know, softness, that you don't have to like knead them again. Like, anyway. There we go. And now, if I can show you that, you know, you can see the edges are really rough there. And I cannot like stress anymore that, you know, while you're doing this, you should be getting rid of these things. I'll do one by one. There we go. There we go. These little things. And what I do, I'll always keep a little bit of water here. I just use this sprayer and just spray a little bit of water. With air dry clay, you know, if you just apply these water here and just to smooth the edges, because the edges could be, otherwise when it's dry, you have to do the sanding. So to avoid it, do as much as you can here, just little, get these little pieces out. And this one. And one thing, they literally dry very, very quickly. So you have to be little quick when you're designing on it. So I'll be doing this first. There you go. So roughly take these out. Yeah, you will find, you know, if you enjoy this, you will find that you can do it for like days or hours, you know. It's so like, it's so addictive as well. Like if you do like it, like doing designing on it, you know, it's just like painting, like, you know, on your sketchbook, as you like, you know, page after page you paint. It's just like that. Okay, about these little things, you know, these little things, what I will do, I'll keep this aside with a little bit of water, and I'll show you why, you know, I'll come back to it. So I think I am kind of happy with it. Let me do it straight again. There we go. Yeah. So now, according to my design, I will be drawing on it. Yeah, you can use, you know, those cocktail sticks or toothpick. I'll be using this one, which is like pointy, kind of like a needle. Even a needle will work, you know. So it's literally like a needle. So with this needle, I will start. And before I start, what I'll do, the first thing I will do as a reference point, I will do the eye first. And this is a little little tool. It's called like a little ball in the head, you know, if you can see. Yeah, you can see, I believe. See, little very, very thin ball, you know. And this side is even thinner. You can't even see. So just to be on the reference point, I will be doing, where is it? It's near here. So I'll be doing it here. And then I'll be starting these designing. So first I will determine these fin area. So I'll be doing a little cut in there. If you want different angle, I think, see whether I can do in a different angle, if that makes, or that was fine.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Yep. Okay. And then here, and then this one as well. And then let's see. Yeah. Again, as you are drawing, you know, like do these curvy lines. You can choose your shape, like, you know, whatever you fancy, whatever you think, like, you know, this is nice and I want to create this. So you can. I find these, like, these little fishes. I mean, if you go to pet shop or if you have an aquarium, you know how beautiful these fishes are and how small they are, but yet, like, I mean, the colors are just so beautiful. How can they hold that much color in such a tiny, you know, tiny body? It's just amazing. So think about that, and, you know, you create your own design, honestly. There we go. So I'll be roughly doing it. And when I'm doing it, you know, you can see I'm not putting much pressure. It's just like, you know, like creating a pattern on a sand, really, not putting much pressure, because if you put pressure, because these are so thin, you know, it will go inside. So that's not my, you know, that's not our aim here. It just to create, it's just like, you know, painting. Just think about, like, you're painting on a paper and very little lines. There we go. And again, like, you know, time to time, I'm just wetting my finger with that little bit of, you know, water in here, and I'm just kind of, you know, dabbing it, because I don't want those lines to be too prominent. It just to create a texture here. See, I don't want that. I just need like really, really like fine lines. There we go. Okay, how the tails looks like. The tail will be like, there we go. And I'll come back to the eye. I think this bit has done. Oh, with the fins, I wanted to do some like dots. So I'll be grabbing this tool, which has the point, like, you know, the balls in the end. And then I'll be literally doing like little dips here. Just to design it, you know, you don't always have to stick to exactly what you have designed, unless, you know, it's like a commission or something like that. Then you obviously you have to. But if you're doing it for, like, you know, fun, it's just, you know, you can imagine anything and you can create it. Again, keep doing this. I'll come back to the eye later, because that's just a reference point. Again, dab my finger, and then just, I don't want like too pointed out, it's just a bit there. Okay, now with the face, how are you gonna do it? What I do, I'll be using this tool again and just do a little, like a slit there. And then I want, this fish is very happy. So I'll be creating that. Okay, this is on the way. I have to lift a bit.
Could I say something?
Yeah. Ask anything.
Okay. I thought your class was wonderful.
Thank you.
I learned a lot. And so what I've done, I'm using polymer clay, so I need to bake it before I to
Yeah.
make it hard.
Yeah.
And, I used a pasta maker that I have to make the clay flat.
Okay. Let me face the.
And then I did the
Wow.
painting in the background.
Oh wow! Beautiful, beautiful. It looks like, oh, it's so nice. What's your name, my lovely? I didn't ask your name.
Lisa.
Lisa. Oh, beautiful. You know, you should be proud of it. It's beautiful. It looks so beautiful. It's almost like, you know, almost like a painting. I can't even tell that the you know, the fishes are like, you know, made out of clay. Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. So what I'll do, this canvas I had a little hole in it, and I was holding on the side for something. And then when we had this, I was like, this is perfect.
Exactly.
The hole.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you can recreate, you know. Yeah, exactly. Personally, you know, I have this, you know, this one, like, yeah, this is the oven baked clay. But what I find with oven baked clay, they, you know, you cannot honestly, well, I haven't find a way to create this kind of detailing. And I created that, and then using this oven baked clay, and then I baked it, and it shrunk, you know, as well. So I was a little disappointed, and I thought, like, you know, why not use this? So yeah, so if you find it fancy, like, you know, if you
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
if you like it, oh, brilliant, you know, those are more durable. I mean, because it's oven baked, you can, some of them I heard that you can even wash it, you know, some of them people use that as an embellishment, like, you know, to decorate their bags and all these stuff, like key
Oh,
rings
yes.
and all these, you know, and you can even wash them. These are, yeah, these are very good. Thank
What
you,
I do is I
Lisa.
paint,
Brilliant.
I paint it
I
with
really
acrylic.
like it. I really like it. Thank you, Lisa.
Sure.
Thank
I
you.
paint it with acrylics, and then I put like a top coat over it so it won't go anywhere.
Okay. Brilliant.
Thank you so much,
Okay, thank you.
Lisa.
I have to go, so thank you so much for the class.
Thank you so much. So, Jita, you are teaching up to Las Vegas, yes? So,
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Thank you. Thank you. It's completely different.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, love it, love it. Thank you.
bye.
Bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Lisa.
Thank you. There you go. I'll be doing the next one. Again, my reference point, a big pointy eye here, and a little kind of like a detailing here.
If you can, Jita, if you can see from Asad Malik, his work is outstanding.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, I see you. If you just pointed me to his work, I would love to see it.
Guys, you are amazing. They were amazing as well in the previous workshop. This one as well. Oh, I just love it. And it will be, you know, very nice when you'll paint the clay.
Yeah, it is. Like, you know, that lady, Lisa, I mean, she's done a marvelous job. You know, you can hardly tell that, you know, that it's oh, brilliant. I love it, you know, it just, so many things you can create. You just need to find that kind of, like, you know, inspiration, or, you know, somebody's doing it. Oh yeah, so I'm not, you know, I'm not wrong. So it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's brilliant. She created it nicely. There you go. So I did this one, and then what I'll be doing. Yep, a little bit in the tail. Bit in there. Yeah, one problem with the air dry clay, you know, you have to do it really quickly, and then keep the water handy. If you know, if it is drying out, just dab your finger and then, you know, put some water on the top. That's it. Again, about the face. There we go. And then you can kind of get rid of these as much as you can. And if you by mistake, like, you know, made a like a little, I mean, deep a kind of cut, just, you know, when it's not, I mean, dry, just with your finger, you can kind of mend it. Once it's dry, it's very hard to, you know, get any kind of these things to be done. So, yeah. There we go. And then the last bit is the eye. So at the moment, it's just like, you know, I made a like a mark with using these. So I'll be giving it an eye, really. For that, what I'm using, sorry, I'll be using this forceps. or you call it like craft tweezer. So a little bit of it, very, very, okay. Like, you know, this is a cubic centimeter. I'm just taking little bit out of it. Look at that, how little it is. And you literally be rolling it like a really small ball, and then you will be just putting it on top of this hole you made. It didn't land it well, so I'll be sliding it there. Yeah, and then once it's there, using this tool, you will be creating another hole on top. Look at that. You may not see the difference there, but I have like a dried one. I'll show you. And I'll be doing the same for the other one. But the other ones, I think the eye is little bigger. See, its eye is the yellow one. The eye is little bigger than the blue one. So I'll be taking more than that, like that much. Or actually, I think this bit I'm happy with. So I'll be rolling it to a very small ball, and then literally drop it on the hole. There we go. And then with your hand, try this. And then with this tool, just create another hole on it. There we go. So the eyes are done. Like you can see, this one is done before. I mean, it's dried already. Can you see the eye kind of like pointing out? It's not just like a hole. Or on this one, I created another one. It's like really big. I didn't like it. So yeah. So that one. There we go. So that is your kind of your sculpting and designing done. You literally used a few tools like these, you know, just to create some pattern. You cut it through this one. You draw these, you know, little hole shape using this tool, and most of the design you done with a kind of like a needle shape, you know. So you literally need very few. And once you done these, I would suggest that, you know, you leave it for at least, you know, overnight, just because, you know, you need the flat surface because you will be putting it on your canvas. So it's absolutely necessary to put them on a flat surface. And it depends, like, you know, sometimes in summer, it dries very quickly because it's so thin. But like, I would say if I'll be doing it, I'll be leaving it, you know, I'll be creating few more and I'll be leaving it and be coming back tomorrow, you know. So that's one tip there. So, okay, the next step, obviously, you know, I have kind of like created the same thing beforehand, just for the demonstration. So the next thing you will be doing, you see the little dents here on the sides, you know, and just to give it like a smooth surface. So I'll keep this aside for dry for time being. Let's see. So, and I want to wipe this surface if there is any water. I don't want any water. There we go. So these I did beforehand and they are dried overnight. And you can see, like, you know, there are little bit how thin. First of all, just see how thin they are. And the details, you know, came nicely, really. You know, if you see that, the details came really nicely.
Jita, so sorry, we have a question. Can you use hair dryer to dry it?
Okay, yeah, hair dryer will faster the process, you know. Obviously, if it takes like, you know, overnight, then I would say it will dry within like 3 hours, you know. But I mean, uh, one thing you will be noticing that when you lift this, I just made this. So when you be lifting it, it wouldn't lose the shape. You know, that's the aim. So you can use hair dry. It will go really quicker, but you still have to wait a while, you know. I want them absolutely flat just because I have to place them in the, you know, in my canvas. So if it is bent or anything, then that, you know, that not gonna look like you have to correct that with a scene or something. That's the idea. And that lady, I mean, Elisa, she used oven bake. So it's quite like, you know, if you are using these rather than air dry, rather than this air dry clay, then you just put it in the oven, you know, and that is done. So your aim will be when you're lifting it up, it's like dry, you know. You can do whatever, like, you know, you can use the hair dryer, you can use like, you know, those little room heaters, like, you know, to get the process faster. Yeah, absolutely you can. Thank you. Yeah, so the next process is this one, already dried. So what I want to do, like, I don't like these dents here, and you can see the face is not kind of like I don't like it. So you have a chance here before you paint, you can kind of, you know, get rid of these sides, get rid of these, you know, uneven sides basically, because then it will really look nice on your main painting. So the next process will be the sanding. So for sanding, you can literally use the, you know, the sandpaper, very thin. It's called P80. It's very thin, like, you know, or a very fine grain one. So, and you need literally very small amounted. Like, look at this, like I'll be needing this amount. And again, you have to be very, very, like, you know, very gentle with it. Don't like coarse it, because what will happen, and never use the sandpaper on top, you know, it's just for the sides, to little bit, you know, smoothen the side a bit, you know, to give it a kind of a rounded shape that wouldn't be managed, you know, while you're sculpting, when it actually when it was wet. So, oh, see, that happened. So if you go like too fast, it's gonna happen. So there we go. So you're gonna be very gentle and kind of like, you know, this, oh, sorry, I went off camera. So you have to be very, very gentle and just keep doing it. And I'm not using on the top because this might scratch this one. And if you done by mistake, the next process, the primary coloring, like, you can get rid of that. So that would be the next process. You just literally do these, and it looks nice here. And I'll be doing same for this one, just to give these, you know, the edges kind of like a round a bit. As if when when you're painting on your canvas, you want your subject or whatever you're painting, you know, that's really nice and round, or like nicely on shape. So that is the, you know, aim here, to give it kind of like a, you know, that nice, like, or some people like, you know, these edges, they say, oh, that's the way it should be. So it depends, but I like it's kind of giving it a like a polished look. So I literally on the side, I'm not going on the top.
So Jita, I sent in the chat box to everyone the templates.
Yeah.
So
Thank
the
you.
background, if they want to get inspiration.
Yeah.
The drawing. And another drawing for different type of fish. So if you want to download, by the end I'll share my screen as well, just for everyone to see the background where they can do at home. Yeah.
There we go. So I'll clean this bit a little. Yeah, the sanding can be like little dusty. So yeah, you have to keep this in mind. It's a little bit of messy thing. So you have to get these things handy when you are working as well. Yeah, so the next process will be doing the primary color, means say, and why I'm doing a primary color, why I'm not doing like, you know, why I'm not going like final color. Say you made a little bit of mistake, or you don't like, say like you don't like this ditch, or you don't like these patterns. So with the acrylic paint, you can actually get rid of that, you know. So that is the idea. And kind of like primer, doing a primer gives the top color kind of like a boost. So that's why I'll be doing like a painting, or like a primary color with the acrylic. Okay, so I just use that little bit of acrylic color here. Okay, I'll put the camera up a little bit that you can see. So these two will be primered. So I just took a little bit, you know, and I just use this like plain white acrylic color. So I'll be using this one.
I don't have acrylic color.
You don't have acrylic color. Okay. Do you so far, do you like it? Can I just, what's your name first of all?
Farnaz.
Farnaz. Hello, Farnaz. Very, very nice that you joined today. Yeah, my darling, if you don't have acrylic color, you can color it whatever color you have, you know. It's about like...
I use oil colors.
Yeah. Absolutely. You use oil color, and you know, you can. I would say you can use. Watercolor as well. Whatever color you have, you know, it just more like, because I'm doing it for a long time, I found these kind of helps, and I want these to be like, you know, little longer lasting. So I do these. You don't, honestly, you don't have to have like, you know, this and that and that. It should be very fun, you know? Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That's the point, you know? Don't worry about, I don't have acrylic color. What are you gonna do? Okay, you can do with your, you know, you have a white, I would suggest if you have a white color, just do a white color. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so a little bit of water, and there we go. I'll be, can you see? Yeah. Yeah, see, this is little deep there. So what I will do, I'll cover that, you know, because I want even. And another thing, I hold this one. Where is my, oh, yeah. Hold something with the eye, and then just do a little primary color, or primary layer, you can say as well. There we go. That's to go quickly. Or if you have like any fingerprints as well, like, you know, when it was wet and you were sculpting. So if you apply this primer, there is a chance that you will get rid of it, you know. So when the aim is, when you actually putting it onto your painting, it should look like, you know, very, very like professional and like, you know, detailed, yet people wouldn't, first of all, can't tell that, you know, it's made out of clay, because so that is the idea. So if you have all these things like sanding or like this primary coloring, it's to give it a like an intriguing look, you know, just to make it as fine as possible. And acrylic, I mean, dries up very quickly, so yeah, I'll be leaving it there. This one is done, so I won't touch it. I'll leave it there. And the next one, again, I'll be holding the eye there, and just keep doing it. Don't worry about these little like details. When it's dry, it will come out. There we go. I'm happy with it.
Jita, we have Asad Malik there showing us. Looks.
Have a look. Hello.
Can you see Asad Malik?
No, not really.
They're amazing.
Yeah, actually, sorry, my name's Asad Malik. It's my daughter and son, Alia and Yasser.
Hello. Wow. Are you doing it alone? Wow.
They do it all by themselves.
Oh.
My fish broke once I was sanding them.
Oh, look at that. Look at what happened. I was sanding and look, it broke. So, yeah. It just, you know, you will learn. And that is the fun of it. One will broke, but the next one will be brilliant. Oh, I love to see that. Oh, brilliant. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So guys,
Oh,
I sent.
are you enjoying it, guys?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. What's your name? Say again.
Alia and Yasser.
Alia, hello, Alia, and hello, yes. I'm so happy, you know, that you are enjoying it. Wow. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, guys. Very nice. So remember, I sent the template in the chat box. If you guys.
Yeah. Download it, and you know, you can create better than that, honestly. There we go. That's just an inspiration. Okay, so we are done with this one. And while this drying, I can quickly take any question or anything, you know, that anybody had any question or anybody want to show their work, like lovely Alia and Yashan, you know, show me. And then we will be going to, you know, the painting on it, like the color painting.
If it is okay, I'll share my screen just to
Yes.
show to everyone the pictures that they can use for the background. So if everyone can see, yeah, so this is a template, is in the chat box as well, if you guys want to download. So you can just print it out transfer on a different a canvas or a card paper, and then you can start painting. The other types of fish, yep,
Yep.
you guys can get
these are to give you an idea, or you know, and these are exactly the shape I am doing it right now. So if you want to do this one, it's the exactly like those 5 by 3. Some of them you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th fish is the one I'm creating, and the one below as well.
Yeah.
6, 7. So the 5th and the 7th one. So yeah, if you want to, you know, they are actually the shape I am doing it today. So just print them out and then cut them, you know, and do, you know, do your template really.
And here is the painted version of a background.
It's just to, you know, and when you're done with the fishes, you know, place them, place them somewhere.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay. I think it's almost dry now. So what I will do, I will be doing this again, and then over to my worktop. There we go. Again on my worktop. Yeah, they are not completely dry, but they are dry enough to be painted on. I can just use this one here. Okay, so now I'll be coloring it, okay? Use any color you like, you know, any medium you like familiar with. Let me just do my camera, right? Yeah. So like this one, I'll be doing this one first, which is this one. So I'll be using lemon yellow, a little bit of lemon yellow. And okay, if I can show you. Yeah, and then a little bit of orange, you know, cadmium orange here. So that goes into my palette, a little bit of orange. And you need really little here. And a little bit of darker yellow, kind of like a cadmium yellow or like a mustard yellow. And for this one, I'll be using the blue. It's just very simple, like two shades of blue. One is very light blue. You can create the light blue, or this is a cerulean blue, is perfect. If you have any lighter blue, that's even better. So a little bit of blue there. And it's a little darker than the cerulean is a cobalt blue. So I will rather have, because, you know, I remember I used 2 types of blues to create a nice looking, you know, pattern. So I'll be creating exactly that one. Okay, so let's just, yeah, this side will be fine with me. I'll be using a little medium to get, you know, the flow. There we go. Okay, let's just start with, I'm starting with this type of brush and these 2 types, you know, like it's not very like thin. It's kind of like a medium brush. There we go. Where is my, yeah, there we go. You can see, guys, right? Yeah, there we go. Again, I'll be holding on to this one like this.
So Jita, we have only 5 minutes left.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
When you have fun, time is just flying.
Oh my God, we still have to, gilding. Can you guys hold a bit? If you're like, if you don't want to do it, just watch it, Yeah, where the time goes. I didn't expect it that. Okay, let me do it quickly there. Okay, that is one. And the next one. Yeah, this one is a bit kind of like, you have to be a little bit of, it's not, I'm using oil here, but you can use acrylic. By all means, you can use acrylic. Thank you. Thank you, Sagata. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I hope you will create this beautiful stuff yourself. And that is the aim of it, If you enjoyed it and if you, inspired to do these things, that's the aim of it. Thank you, Shagata.
I have pinned, Asaz Malik screen. So it's
Okay.
really nice. Yeah, the children are
Oh, they are enjoying it, That's brilliant.
really looks nice when start painting the clay.
The fishes. Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you.
So if you guys have a canvas and paint the picture
Yeah.
plate and attach the fish, or you can just paint your own background and
Yes.
stick the fish. Very nice.
So as I'm kind of like doing a little bit of hurry, that's why it's going everywhere. But with this one, you have to be really patient and like, do it really, really slowly to get the color where it should be, just according to this picture. But yeah. There we go.
We can wait a few minutes because people are waiting for the gold leaf.
Yeah, that's the fun bit of it. It's just so fun,
We'll expand for a few minutes. See the gold leaf.
Yes, I'll be doing the gold leaf right after this. So you get the point, you just step by step, and you don't have to follow like, you know, like every step of the way, but that's how I find it's, you know, it's easier and it looks nice. And take your time to do the color and, you know, these processes like one by one, or you can, if you think like, oh, you know, I can skip this one and I can do the other one. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody finds their own process, you know, during doing it, just by doing it, you know. So it's kind of like that, what I wanted. So it is here. So 2 of these have been colored just like I drawn, you know, according to these 2 pictures. Okay, so now the fun bit with the gold leaf. Okay, so I would rather leave these to dry out. Whatever paint you're using, I would leave it for a while. Again, you can use the hair dryer, you know, if you are using acrylic, obviously you can. And when, with the gold, you know, the gilding or the gold leaf or the silver leaf, it has to be like absolutely dry, and you need like clean, very, very clean fingers, you know, because it gets stick with your finger, which is very fun. There we go. So I will leave these to dry for a while. For you guys, I created this one, you know, beforehand, and this one beforehand. They are completely dry, so they are ready to be applied, you know, so with the gold leaf. So I'll be using this one because everybody is waiting for the gold leaf, so I'll be using this one. So get your gold leaves. And this one would be really, really very straightforward.
I don't think everyone has the specific glue for the gold leaf. Is any, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the glue, you know, it's this one is like clear.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, because I have a specific glue for gold leaf. So PVA, yes, perfect.
Yeah, PVA will work, and I'm using the clear one because, you know, it doesn't show. You can use PVA, but you know, just make sure it doesn't show. That's it. You know, nothing else. I'll just make a little bit of room. Oops, sorry, room here because I have to move with this. Okay, so I will be. Let me show you how much glue. So on that palette, I will be dropping a little bit of glue, literally. Yeah, that's it. That's more than enough, you know, because it literally needs very little bit of glue. Okay, and very thin, like, you know, very thin tip brushes like these. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very thin brushes, you know. And that is your gold leaf. There we go. There are a couple of ways you can do it, but this one is very straightforward because I won't be creating like little bit. What I'll be doing, I will be applying straight on here. So what you will do, you grab your brush, you just stick the glue first, the area you want to. Not very much, just a little bit, you know. So this is just one method how you can do it. And then I will be covering the rest of it by anything, you know. I'm using here the masking tape to cover my other bits because I don't want the glue, this gold leaf to go there, those fins. Just a little bit there. And because the paint is dried, so I can kind of like, you know, cover this bit as well. And then you cut this accordingly. Okay, hold on. Yep, there we go. So it's kind of like a rounded shape. So I will be trying to do that.
So it's important to place the gold paper in between two papers, is it, in order to cut it?
Yeah, you know, because you would not be able to, this comes in this way, like in between two papers. So I find it easier to cut accordingly, like, you know, the cut according the shape, and not just cutting this one, because it gets into the scissors, really. It's so thin, you know. So yeah, so I'll be covering the eyes as well. It might go onto the eye.
You know, here in the studio, we when we use gold leaf, we just use the entire sheet. So gold is just everywhere.
Yeah, beautiful. That's nice. That's nice.
Gold. It's really fun.
It is. It is actually fun, you know. And like, you know, it goes everywhere, you know. It is actually really, really fun. I'm handling this. So yeah, look at this. And you just place this one, you know, and you don't even have to think about, like, you know, where it's going. There's a little bit of gap there. So what you can do, I'm using the forceps here, and taking that from there. Or if you can manage, I don't think I'll be managed to. It's always very tricky. Like I got a chunk out here, so I'll be replacing that. Oh, see, it got gone into my finger. There we go. And with a clean brush, I'm taking a clean brush here, and then I'll be like, you know, like when you're gluing it, you want to like put the pressure. So I'll be using the brush, really, not my fingers, because the brushes are, you know, softer than my finger, to be honest with you. And then get these extra bit off using another brush. Just, you know, that's the fun bit of it, you know, you just get rid of these, like just like this. And if you think that, you know, this it didn't go everywhere, there we go. This came off. And you just do the sides that it does not come off easily. It normally doesn't, because, you know, you have a layer of glue underneath. But just to make sure, and then you take these off. And get rid of these extra bits just by either with the forceps or with these. And get rid of that.
If anyone wants to explore more the technique of gold leaf, I have sent a link in Amazon for the specific glue for the gold leaf. It's very strong glue. Just very careful when you guys are using that. If you are purchasing it, it's destroying the brushes. That strong it is. So you have a brush just for that glue. But it's amazing. I mean, it's stick the gold leaf perfectly on any surface. So yeah, if anyone wants to get more, you know, into
delve deep onto it, or they want to enjoy, I mean, they're enjoying this and they want to do it, you know, create it. So yeah, there we go. It's still not finished, because these bits should be covered. So you have to, again, do a little bit of cutting from there, you know, and then leave it on the top, or I use, I'll show you, I use a specific bowl for it. Yeah, and then there we go.
How is it going, guys? Asad Malik, how is it going there? I can see it's going very well with the gold leaf. Wow, amazing. Very nice.
So this is one thing. Yep. It's kind of like, you know, it stick in there. So it's not complete yet because you have to cover these areas, and because those are really like, you know, very small areas. So you literally have to like piece them. And I use this bowl, you know, which is like a kind of like a porcelain, you know. It's very like, its surface is so nice, and I literally like cut these and drop in there. Look at that. So it drops in there, and then you literally grab it with your thing, and then you apply it, you know. So if you want to, and don't, you know, don't think that, you know, oh, I have to just cover this bit. It will create kind of like a scaly texture as well. So even this is like not exactly that shape, but it will work. Yeah, so you hold on to it, and then you literally apply that there. There we go. So this is for the gold one. And this one is literally very, little bit tricky. When you master this one, kind of, you know, adding this one, then you move into this one, which I'll be using. Oh, we are over the time, but it's okay. I'll be showing at least one demo of the silver one as well.
Everyone is still here, Jita. So
thank you. Thanks for sticking up. Thank you so much. You guys must have been enjoying it. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so I'll be using this bowl technique here because I literally, oh, thank you, Avril. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So my idea is, see, I created this one. So literally these silver leaf goes in between, you know. You are doing very intricate work here. So what I'll be doing, and you can see the dips are kind of like swirly. So what I'll be doing, leave these here. Grab this kind of, it's really kind of like a, you know, like a, it's a serving bowl really. The surface is really nice, and it kind of like, you know, glides in, it doesn't stick. That's what I realized. So that's why I'm using this bowl. So what I'll be using, what I'll be doing here. Oh, thank you, Amelia, thank you. So little bit of these, look at this, how thin. Yeah, how can you attach? Like, again, you can glue it, honestly. There's the only way you can attach your sculpting piece into your painting, by just gluing it. And again, what type of glue you are using, it depends, you know. If you think like, you know, it's like a heavy surface and it's like a small work, so I mean, it differs. Like if it is like, you know, your piece is quite heavy, then obviously use something like super glue. I would say like these type of glues, you know, UHU, kind of like all-purpose adhesive, you know, you can get it anywhere. Or if you think it's for a craft project, for your scrapbook or something like that, this glue or PVA glue is absolutely fine. But if you are using for the canvas, you know, and you will be displaying it, so use a little stronger glue like this one. And you literally I'll grabbing a piece. You literally, but before you glue with this one, make absolutely sure why you want to, because this doesn't comes out, you know. And yeah, so use this one. And can I just quickly show you? I forgot your name. Who asked that? You know, how can you glue it? I can kind of like show you what I did. In an example. Yeah, if you can see behind, hold on. If you can see behind, I don't know how close I can go. See these fishes are made by clay, you know, and they are there. And I literally, it's kind of like, what size of that? I think the size of the canvas is around 18 to 20 inch, 18 by 20 inch,
Yeah.
or probably a little smaller, you know, and you can kind of like reference. I can't give you the exact size right now. You can see my hand, so you can imagine how the size of the canvas.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, and it's hanging. So, you know, I use this glue. Honestly, I use this glue. Just I position it first, again, visualize it, you know, where I want it, this one. And literally what you do, you literally, you literally like glue it just the way you glue it, you know, and put it in there. And then again, I did this drawing afterwards because I want to see how it feels, and then I will be doing it, you know? So that's why. So it's a different process, like, you know, however you think it's like necessary for you or it's good for you, do it, you know? So there is no right or wrong way. You can do it the way you want, really.
Okay, thank you very much.
I found the link for the glue that you used, Jita. So
Okay,
I placed in the chat box to everyone. It's from Amazon.
Okay, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
I think it's 10 pounds with delivery. So it's quite.
Okay, okay. Oh, Diana, thank you. Okay. And I got the last bit of it, you know, if you are holding on to it. So what I was doing, I was cutting really, really thin pieces of, like, you know, these silver foil. Again, it's in between these two pieces, you know, pieces of paper. And it's easy to do it in that way. And it doesn't go everywhere. That's why I'm using this bowl, and it doesn't stick with the bowl. So that's why. Okay, so again, like little thin pieces, just keep doing it. That's the way I do it. There we go. Keep doing it like very thin pieces, and then, you know, they are falling into there. There we go. I like to see how thin you can cut, you know. There we go. So I got few. So what I'll be doing, I'll leave everything behind, and then again, grab my very thin brush, thin and clean brush. And then I will be applying glue to those, the area I want. My, yeah, there we go. So I'll put the glue first, that I don't have to worry about, you know, that it doesn't stick. Again, grab the glue.
I think I would too. Put resin on it. You can make jewelry.
There you go. So, and now grab your, oops, don't drop. Okay, so I'll show you. I'll be literally using this, craft tweezer with the pointed finger, the ends like this. And I'll be grabbing these, and I'll be grabbing this and take that out of there and then put literally here. And then get rid of these pieces, the one you don't want. And then another clean brush there, very pointed clean brush, and then put it down there. You have to maneuver it, just to make sure they go into there, not comes out. So if this piece you think, extra, just take it off. And then, you repeat the process again and grab this. You grab this really small. This one is a little big, so what I'll do, I want a really small piece of it, not that big. I'll leave that there. Now, see, it gets to your finger. So again, this time I would do it here. Oh, thank you. Sulamite or Sulemit? Sorry, it was a flash. Thank you. Thank you so much. Then you'll be grabbing this clean brush, kind of try to put them there and get rid of the extra. And with the brush that was meant for, hold on. Yeah, grab a little bit of glue. And I think this bit is coming off, so I will just, oh, thank you. I don't want it here, so, and you kind of like, you know now that you want to repeat this process. So I will go even thinner because I think, these are little like, not that thin for this one. So I will go really, really thin this time. Like that thin, you can see it's dropping. See, it's really thin. So the thing is that there are two ways to do it. One that I showed with the gold, like you just cover it, put the whole chunk of the gold leaf according to the size, and you can put it there, and that is the beginnings, like, that is how you start with, let's just say. And you achieve this level when you achieve that, when you think that how it behaves and how comfortable you are to handling these stuff. And when you think like, I'm really comfortable, then go like into this detail. But don't start with this detail because, you may not find it like, interesting or fun. So start with like, like putting like a big chunk like that, that's was the purpose, like a big chunk like this, and just cut it, using this accordingly, like say a big piece of it, like a big piece of it, cover the other area and put it on. When you find that, that is fine for you, go on to these details, like really, really like, thin, and then putting onto, I mean, in between. So don't start with this one. I wouldn't suggest that. And it is a little bit, you need a little bit of patience here, because then, the result will be beautiful, honestly. If you be a little bit of patient and like, if you have time, it's really, really nice then. Okay, one more go. So that is my clean brush, and this is my wet brush. Okay, so I'll be leave this one. I'll be working on this one. So I'll grab this one. Let's say this piece. Yeah, it still have the, yeah, look at this, how thin it is. And then you literally, can you see it? Thank you. Again, use whatever you like to hold that onto the place. Yeah, I think I didn't glue that place, so what I'll be doing, I'll be grabbing this. See, even I am kind of like, struggling here to get into that detail, but trust me, if you are patient, you will see it gone into there. It literally gone into there. So the idea is to like cut them into very thin pieces, and then do bit by bit. And that's what I'm saying. Just start with, start with this bit first, like, see how you feel, and then go into this kind of detail.
It is.
You're happy with it? Okay, so I'll show you the final process, like, putting it into detail. I mean, into a canvas. I drawn this, and if I have a helper, and if they decide, I think that's a nice way to, finish this one. So can I ask in the audience that what they want, I mean, I have, see, I have these 4 of these. So where they want. 3 and then 4. There we go. So, and I have the 2 of these. So I'll be finishing in that way. So I'll lift it a little bit up that you can see the entire thing. So if I have a helper from the audience, or if they want to, purple one. Okay, which purple one? This one?
No, I think the other one.
Oh, this one. Okay. You like the purple. You say your name again. It was just a flash. I didn't see it. Okay. Whoever say the purple one. So, and which fish do you want? Okay. Alaya. Okay. So, do you want this one, or do you want this one there? Which one? Or and where do you want it? Oh, the yellow. Okay, the yellow one, yellow and the gold one. Okay, and Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So I will put it somewhere like here, or what do you think? Or it just coming out of these, you know, those corals. So I will, it's either going this way or coming this way. So I'll be putting it that way. I will do that. So I have the glue. I will literally, I'll grab a brush and the glue, and then I'm using the plain glue here, you know, and as Marinella Ship, I mean, she shared that, you know, glue, use that glue for your canvas and for the longevity of it, you know. And, but if you are doing for fun and if you're doing it for first time, see how it works, you know, and these, you can take it off as well. But if it is your final project, or like if you're doing it for like a specific thing in your mind, then obviously use a better glue. There we go. So hopefully I'll leave it for it, you know, and it will stick there. Okay, so one is done. So I have another one. So I have now 3 backgrounds and 1 fish. So who wants to do that? Who wants to pick a canvas? Who wants to pick a scene and the fish as well? It's up to you guys.
I think the orange one will look good.
Okay, okay,
Ground,
okay.
yes. And
Okay.
the blue fish should be
So the blue fish, okay, and it's kind of like going into there, you know? How about that? Okay, I'll do that for you. There we go. So again, you grab a little bit of, you know, glue there, and you glue it. There we go. And you can create different sizes, you know, those are, the templates are exactly this size for this one. You can create another baby fish, like, you know, this is a mama fish, and you can create a little bit of, you know, little baby fish here, and they are going down there. So it's gonna take a while. I think for the canvas, you need a better glue. Use the glue, you know, Marinella is, you know, sharing with you, or I'll be using this glue really. Where is my glue gone? Oh dear. Let me have a look. I think I'll leave it to it, you know, leave it to dry and see how it comes out. So there we go. This doesn't fall off. See, it's even the PVA glue. You know, if I do this, it doesn't fall off. So it kind of sticks in there. I hope this one sticks, but I need a better glue. Oh, it was here. And I was looking for it everywhere. Yeah, I think I will just apply it. And if you want to kind of blend in, like if you feel like, you know, that, oh, the fish is sticking out, you know. So if you think that, then you can create a, like a little scene here, or like, you know, you can kind of create a shadow here, or you can build up. Just cover this one and then build up, whichever way you want. You can draw your like scene first, or you can, you know, do the other way, whatever way you fancy really. There we go. And the glue is done there. So yeah, so we created, yeah, see, it's sticking now. It's not coming off. Okay, so I will put this into easel that everybody can see while this is here, and then there you go. Yeah, look at this.
very nice.
There you go. So if I just, okay, I'm a little far from it. Okay, there we go.
It's a really delicate work. It's very
It is, so this is one, and I'll put this one on top. Look at this. I think everybody gonna like the other one.
both are just amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, but they look lonely, I think. So your job is to, guys, create more of it. Okay. Like, oh, thank you, Vivian, Lee. Thank you. Yeah. Create more and different sizes as well, like one big one or the family of it, you know, like two little brothers and sisters, and they are kind of going in that way. So yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jita. It was an amazing workshop. I mean, it's like a completely different type of work, you know. You exposed us to such a new technique.
Thank you. That's all
Really
right. You know,
brilliant.
and I really enjoyed, the children enjoyed it. I didn't thought of that, you know. I thought they don't like messy things. Oh my God. And thank you everyone.
Yes,
Oh, Avril.
audience.
Oh, okay, Avril, you adults enjoyed it too. Thank you.
We really enjoyed it very much. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So you'll be creating more fishes, yes?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Please send us your feedback. We really want to hear. So next year we can organize the same amazing workshops to support more artists. And thank you everyone who stood with us up to the end. Yay, 2 hours, Jita, the longest.
Wow.
But thank you. It's a completely new side of
I started with this, you know, I'll show you this one as well. So I haven't finished it yet. It's a little so let's see, you know, how many fishes I can create, and you know how many things I can do. This is for a little girl, honestly. She's really little.
And yes, if everyone, guys, you want to hear more about the art of Jita, I think on our website, our classes group, Jita, you have your details there, no?
Yes. If you want to reach out to me, you know, I have an email ID. You can email me, or if you are adult, you know, you can go to Instagram, and my handle is @Jita Day Fine Art.
Yes. So I'll share with everyone on the last email for feedback. I'll share your details.
If you have any question, if you have any, you know, if you want to show me, or if you want any kind of like, you know, tips, or like, you know, how to do it and all these, just feel free. And not right now, maybe right now, maybe a year after, whenever, you know, I don't mind, you know, I'll get back to you guys.
Really?
I really enjoyed that. Everybody enjoyed this. You know?
Thank you so much as well. Thank you, Jita, and thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Have a wonderful new year, you know, and keep creating. Keep creating.
Indeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Oh, thank you. Happy to you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. And have a lovely year.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
And thank you, Mari. Thank you, Mari. I cannot appreciate it more, you know. It's been such a pleasure, you know, and the day I did the proposal, you know, since then I'm planning. Can you believe it? You know, I created so many things out of it, you know, and I didn't, honestly, you know, you need a cause, you know, you need a cause to do something, you know, and I learned a lot. Thank you for this opportunity, you know, and you are doing an amazing job, honestly, you know, I can say clear loud, you know. I mean, so many, I mean, artists and the participants, and doing like coordinating, you know, and being an artist yourself, you know, it's just amazing, you know. I can say it loud, you know. Thank you. Thanks for everything.
No worries. Thank you, Jita. We'll keep in touch on the email.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.